Hello guys, Netflix here, welcome back to Attorney. Last episode, we got Edgeworth proven innocent in the murder of Robert Hammond, but then he confessed to being the murderer, the criminal, in DL6, and that he killed his father. And McCarm was like, let's just have a try right now, and sort it out now, because obviously he wants to prove him wrong. Well, no. He wants to prove him right and get him convicted. Edgeworth said in his testimony there was one shot. Phoenix noticed a contradiction in this photo. At the end of the last episode, I invited you to try and figure it out yourself, what the contradiction was. This is the contradiction. There's a bullet hole there in the glass. Well, a mark in the glass. There should only be one bullet, and it should be right there, in Gregory Edgeworth's heart. But there's also this hole up here. That should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see, a bullet hole in the door. Your Honour, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one but two shots were fired. One shot hit the victim, the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident. Ugh. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of the incident? I don't know. Do I? I don't think I do. Just in case I cock up. Let's save it again. I'm going to say no because I don't think I do. I didn't think of that. I don't have proof. Ha! As I suspected. Given that all this happened 15 years ago, it's doubtful any proof remains. Nick, take a look at this. The court record. Look, doesn't this make you think? Well, she's right, that is strange. Your Honour, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Kramer, so you're surprised after you've seen the evidence. Now, Mr. White, show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole on the door was related to this incident? Oh. So, I was supposed to say yes. I honestly don't know. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at time of incident. No clues found on the scene. Let's just present this. Your Honour, the answer is in this file. You do enjoy drawing out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. I'm right, then. I just need to be able to say what page it was on. I didn't even read this. The murder weapon was fired twice. Which page shows the link? Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honour. At the time of the incident, two shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door. I don't quite agree with him here. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clear, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defence's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Ugh, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. It looks like I was wrong, Nick. If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. But you said you'd do it. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet is found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing on Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honour. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's confessing. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Objection! Your Honour? I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Oh, Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. You can all see me popping up there, can't you? Right, Your Honour. The second bullet. It exists. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realise that, Your Honour. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer? The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet. Why would he? Huh? First of all, how would he have found it? It's all easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why he took it. But what possible reason could he have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene is... maybe he thought that the bullet would be used as proof. Proof? It was a special bullet, so he took it with him. If that was the case, then he would have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would he only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalise you. Ah, fuck, I fucked up. This isn't going so well. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Okay. Why would the murderer spend the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright, Yes, Your Honour. I have no idea what I'm doing. While the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to? What do you mean? Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head. But what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot, and he left with the second bullet still inside, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yeah, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Mars Edgeworth and Yaniogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it, deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right, I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy. You remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Van Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Van Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DR6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Van Karma. Oh, shit. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honour. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Yep, can't wait to say it. Your Honour, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Van Karma. Van Karma? Huh. He seems to have expected it himself, doesn't he? He doesn't seem very shocked. You mean the Van Karma? The prosecutor? Sitting right there? Bah. You don't object? Huh. I see no need. Why honour this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go with the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Oh. Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Van Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That will leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Van Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, you couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean then? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Yes. Alright, Van Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Van Karma was shot is... What could we use to prove he was shot? So, we're suggesting he wouldn't have had surgery, so the bullet must still be inside him. The metal bullet must still be inside him. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't have surgery, learning an evidence trail. So then I asked, where is the bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery himself. You don't mean... I don't. There is a possibility the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use his metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Oh, that's a new animation. See how he's grasping his right side shoulder? And remember, a few episodes ago now, in one of the previous trial segments, the beginning of the last trial actually, when he said the trial would end after certain minutes, 3 minutes, and we were talking, cross-examining, and then all of a sudden he just shouted, slammed his fist on the desk, and then he grabbed his shoulder. He looked like he was in pain, and he said 4 minutes had just passed. And that is how he was grasping his shoulder. Then I said at the time to think of that animation again. I refuse. You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order. Your Honour, the defence requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. O'Connor, will you... Nah. You will submit yourself to testing. What does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Me can't help us. OMG. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright, not I. Mr. Wright. Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course it can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. 1 day away from freedom. You see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. What do you think of this, guys? What do you think? What do you think? What's this? We haven't used it yet. One thing to point out, there's only really evidence in the court record in this game if you absolutely need it. As in, you need all the evidence at least once. We haven't used this once. Not yet. And it bears clear ballistic markings. Compare that with the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder, and there you go. That is also the final proof. Is what I think that's the last time we have to present anything in this game. That's a bullet. Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. And I'm going to get a flashback. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. Fade out. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Ager's heart. The other, Mr. Montcalm, is a bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyse both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Montcalm, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we will compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Montcalm, FYI, you're about to witness an epic breakdown. That was an animation from the other day, when he slammed the desk and then grabbed his shoulder. Big long scream. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help. I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma. It was you who screamed. He's actually pointing to Von Karma, so. Mr. Von Karma. Epic breakdown. Edgeworth, Edgeworth. Only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you in my bare hands. Death. Death. 15 years earlier. Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalised. I've covered you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me? Penalised? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went down the hall and found my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. Oh yeah, we're not ending the episode. There's not enough time. If I was to end it at the 20-minute mark, we wouldn't do anything in the next episode. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. That is the same image as used earlier. With it on the boat, shooting. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who shot him. Later, he spoke for a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honour. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honour. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. That is all. The court is adjourned. There's only one testimony then? In that trial, wasn't there? Edgeworth at the beginning. Nick, we did it. Did you see his face? One calm, not even paler than usual. He's pretending to be your cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Yeah, it was pretty close though. I was sure we'd had it. I know I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I say. Thank you, right. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Oh, sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You've got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Dear. Whoop! Gumshoe's happy. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on, mate. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar, even if no one was there. You were the witness of the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? I'm back to college. A guy who'll try to be an investigative... Oh my god. An investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog governor park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why does that face, Larry? What happened? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Fiancée. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Larry. Yo, Reggie, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Reggie. Here, a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Howdy, butts. You came along tonight too. My treat, pal. You come along even. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the question, mate. When he says treat, that's like police talk for prison food, right? Right. I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's strange. People give money away to celebrate something. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's a little bit, it's not a lot either. $38 exactly. Nick. Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No, Larry, it was you. What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically run him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored. He came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back at school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this is your unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defence attorney because of what you two did. Well, I'd call you goody two-shoes to the extreme. Yeah, and you get rolled up too easily too. A death sentence away from you. Man, if I had known, I'd have been a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defence attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch, right? Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner on me. Normally, there's a picture at the end of every trial. I've used it as the thumbnail for the last episode. Detective Gumshoe took us out of the town at night. We celebrated Edge's newfound freedom. I wonder if I should do that this time. Although, Edgeworth was still in detention. Why? Does he have to be processed or something? Right, co-law offices. Well, I mean, I rolled overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? Still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Ah, the first train for the mountains have already left to the station. I don't think you ever see this background again. This is the only time you see it. I guess I'm too late. Hey, Nick, Maya. So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium. You can't hold spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Hold it!
Wait. What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help, huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end, when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Van Carmen, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in the days. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show my evidence you're up.
Take that!
A bullet. Van Carmen was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Van Carmen, and you were the one who gave it to me. Nick, thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run the lives by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, bye. Bye. Thanks, Nick. And that's... I think that's the picture. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defence attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins, with the same old crazy cast of characters. Now the credits, this game starts. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honour. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. As the credits play, in this series you have a little catch up with all the characters from all the cases. So we're going to find out what happened. Hey pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop, Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? I do love this game series. I'm definitely going to do the other ones on the channel too. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That miss is a nice lady. Well, she's not the same thing we call a cheap date, huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Yeah, the credits are from the point of view as someone is almost interviewing the characters. You're not speaking to them as Phoenix. Someone's interviewing them about the events of the game. Oh, it was him? Who? Right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ruin my own battle, but I sort of do everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Oh, pain. Winston Pain. As in wincing pain. Ay. Oh, bellboy. Phoenix Wright? The defence attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gateway Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Little catch up. I don't think it's everyone. Now that I say it. Like, I don't think it shows yet. Miss Boing. No, well, I don't. Oh, legit. Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes, he was understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Music. This person deserves high praise. This music is amazing. Oh god. Phoenix Wright. He an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star of a name like Phoenix. Do you know that I've only put on these best things you want to get out of one DVD, so I feel it was Jesus Christ. If I'm not trying to say it out loud, I can actually read everything she says there. In that speed up bits. I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kids' dreams, you know. Yeah, like you being the Pink Princess. Jesus, gone for life. For life, I tell you. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She said she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? Manual? Back when games and instruction manuals. It's Cody. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. Alright. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy in my tender age. He saw world powers. Now it would shit you up, wouldn't it? To be fair. Yeah, I remember right. That lawyer guy. Me. I'm trained to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Nice credit music. And that's the picture she took. And you see the ghost, Mia. She's there celebrating as well. A Capcom game. Oh my days. I'm only using Charter 4 bits, so. And that's it. That's that done. That's series complete. 33 minutes. We're coming up to 40 minutes actually in this video. I suppose I could have split it into 20 minutes. It seemed like there was no real place to stop. And I knew it was coming to an end. I suppose if it was blind and I didn't know how much was left, I would have stopped it there, but oh well. So, today's Wednesday, and here was me, recording Monday's episode, thinking it was going to be a whole week's worth of episodes. So, as for tomorrow and Friday, there will be some videos go live. I've decided, with As It's now finished, Game of Thrones is going to move and become a main weekly project. So we'll end the week with that. And there should be something new this weekend. Okay. I'll do an update video for the channel as well, hopefully by the end of the week, to get up to date and everything. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. The Ace Attorney series is one of my favourite series. It's a fantastic game series in my opinion. If you're interested in playing the game yourself, you can buy the original trilogy, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. The first 3 games in the series, that is. You can buy them on Wii U separately. I am playing the Wii. No. It's the Wii. It's the Wii version. You can buy it using Wii U because you can. There's a Wii mode to the Wii U, so you can still do that, but it's on Wii, not Wii U. You can also get it on your 3DS. They re-released the first 3 games. It's the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy HD. That's a great way to start in the series. I would do that if I was you. The 4th game in the series is slightly different. It's called Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. It introduces a new playable protagonist, although Phoenix does feature in the story. I'm not going to say anything else about it because that would ruin it. But yeah, that's only available on DS at the moment. You should still be able to find it online, and you can play DS games on your 3DS, so you could get that and have the whole series. The 5th game in the series is called Dual Destinies. That's a 3DS game. It came out in 2016 for 3DS. It's also on iOS. Actually, saying that, so is the trilogy, the HD trilogy. That's also on iOS and Android as well. So yeah, plenty of ways for you to play the Ace Attorney games. And finally, the 6th game in the series, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirits of Justice, is coming out the 8th of September on 3DS this year. There's a free demo coming out. It's actually coming out tomorrow on Thursday, so that would be a free way for you to try a current entry in the series. Okay, so thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and Friday for Game of Thrones. It's the last 2 episodes of the first chapter. There should be something new releasing on the weekend. I've got an idea. It's going to be a new weekend series, like Weekend Empires, Weekend Skyrim. It'll be a new one of them. And then hopefully, next week we'll have more Game of Thrones. That'll be a new main series, but I hope to start to launch a new series as well. Okay. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like in the comments, and we'll see you next time on NetFX Plays. Thanks for watching again.